The globe waits anxiously to see how the cryptocurrency market, particularly Bitcoin, will respond when the U.S. Federal Reserve makes its most recent interest rate decision. Investors are uncertain as to whether this fall will last or if a bullish reversal is imminent because the extremely volatile digital currency has been trapped in a downward trend in recent months. In order to determine whether the bear market may finally be ending, we will examine several elements that affect Bitcoin's price, examine expert predictions, and delve into market indications in this price prediction. Announcement of the U.S. interest rate decision. The Federal Reserve of the United States has increased interest rates to their highest level in 16 years in an effort to fight inflation. The benchmark rate is now between 5% and 5.25%, up from nearly zero in March 2022, after being raised by 0.25 percentage points, the 12th rise in the previous 14 months. This tendency directly leads to much higher interest rates, which have slowed down markets like the housing market and contributed to the recent failure of 3 American banks. The news was seen as a significant change by Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, who also suggested that interest rates may not need to be increased further at this time. He did not, however, completely rule out the implementation of additional regulations, stating that the bank's choices will be supported by data. The Federal Reserve Board started aggressively raising interest rates last year as U.S. prices rose at their quickest rate in decades. This prompted central banks around the world, including those in the UK and Europe, to adopt similar actions. Interest rates increase the cost of borrowing money for items like home purchases and business expansions, which can lower demand and drive down prices. Inflation in the U.S. has decreased since the Fed's program started. Inflation of 5% is still far above than the Fed's target of 2% even though it reached its lowest point in over 2 years in March. During the Asian trading session, Bitcoin rose past the $28,100 mark to trade close to $28,766, although this level is also not appearing to be very stable right now. A break over this level might push the price of BTC toward $29,295. Currently, Bitcoin is encountering significant resistance near the $29,295 level. A successful ascent above this particular level might drive Bitcoin's price up to the next objective of $29,975. BTC may aim for the $30,000 mark, which also acts as a psychological barrier, if the current trend continues. The 50-day exponential moving average, which had previously served as a support region around the $28,800 level, has been breached by Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. The RSI and MACD indicators point to a potential downturn for Bitcoin's price today, and candlestick patterns now show a strong pessimistic attitude in the market. A trend line on the 4-hour chart suggests that Bitcoin may find immediate support close to the $27,600 mark. BTC may move toward the next support level at $27,200 if the price breaches this key $27,600 level. The price of Ethereum has increased by 1.5% over the last day, reaching $1,865 as its 24-hour trading volume surpasses $8 billion. The current value of ETH also indicates that it has barely moved over the past week, increased by 4% over the past month, and has increased by 56% since the start of 2023. The market is obviously anticipating another rate hike from the Federal Reserve, thus ETH's modest gains today might be reversed or even increased if the Fed signals a change in policy on interest rates. The medium and long-term direction for ETH can only be upward given that Ethereum is now processing withdrawals as a result of last month's Shanghai upgrade and that the network is continuing to experience continuous expansion and growth. Ethereum price prediction. Are whales accumulating as $8 billion in trading volume arrives? The chart of ETH shows that the altcoin is still in trouble, with its relative strength index, purple, having dropped below 50 in recent days and may be headed even lower. ETH's 30-day moving average, yellow, has moved further above its 200-day moving average, blue, which may be a sign that it will soon start to decline again. This worry is supported by the fact that over the past several days, ETH has fallen through a few medium-term support levels, with $1,850 being the most recent. As a result, it is possible that Ethereum will experience a few more drops before making a concerted and sustained recovery, particularly given that the Federal Open Market Committee meeting is likely to result in another rate hike today. Although some large traders are also moving funds to exchanges, possibly to sell, it appears that ETH's recent drops have given whales the chance to acquire the coin at a discount. Ethereum's fundamentals are still as solid as ever, and have recently been strengthened by the aforementioned Shanghai upgrade. Regardless of whether whales are currently mostly buying or selling, the picture still remains mixed. This increased Ethereum staking by allowing withdrawals, which will ultimately increase staking and raise the price of ETH. As if that weren't enough, big French bank Société Générale is currently testing a stablecoin with a euro value on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum continues to experience higher adoption rates than the majority of other Layer 1 networks. Along with other encouraging adoption news this year, such as Visa's use of Ethereum for USDC payments and Coinbase's new Layer 2 network, this paints a picture of a chain that is becoming more and more successful. Because of this, ETH will eventually recover to the $2,000 level. If the market as a whole turns bullish, it may even hit $2,500 or $3,000 in the next months. Of course, it must be emphasized that such levels won't be attained overnight, so traders seeking alternative cryptocurrencies with a higher likelihood of experiencing short-term price increases would opt to explore elsewhere. Presale tokens in particular present some of the finest chances to outperform the market, with the best frequently experiencing significant rallies when their sales conclude and they first list on exchanges. Launchpad XYZ, LPX, which describes itself as a seamless ecosystem for customers looking to engage and participate in the Web3 sector, has one of the most intriguing pre-sales currently underway. Launchpad recently started the LPX token pre-sale, and thus far it has raised slightly over $160,000. The most encouraging thing about Launchpad XYZ is that its platform will integrate the various Web3 components, programs, and capabilities that have hitherto existed in isolation. With Launchpad combining a wallet for cryptocurrencies and NFTs with a play-to-earn game hub, a launchpad for pre-sales, a trading terminal, an analysis platform, and an AI-powered search engine specifically for crypto, getting into Web3 will be more appealing to the average layperson. Investors can participate in the pre-sale by visiting the Launchpad website, connecting their wallets, and purchasing one LPX token for $0.035. When the pre-sale enters its second phase, this will increase to $0.0375, and the coin will list on exchanges at 7 cents, representing a 100% increase.